welcome back to another episode of the Benchwarmers. I'm joined, as always, by my co-host, Bainey. Bainey, good to be back talking BLG footy.
Fantastic to be back, Chook, and we've got a little bit of a treat at the end of the show. I won't give it away, but I might, because we have a very close week next week, so tune in for that.
I'm looking forward to it. You've been very, very big on the stats so far this year, which is good to see. We've got to thank our major sponsor, the Exchange Hotel, who allow the show to go to air each and every week, along with all of our partners who help us on the show, Brad. Very, very good people, very generous, and they love their local footy as well. We're going to get through the show as quick as we can because I want to get to the end to your big treat at the end. We're going to have a quick break, thank those sponsors, come back with the Feel Good Fill Up. As we said, thank you to those sponsors. I'm looking forward to the Feel Good Fill Up this week. It's set to be a treat in itself, but we've got to thank our partner of the Feel Good Fill Up, Rejuvenate Sports and Remedial Therapy. A 10% discount code when you go in and reference the show off your next appointment. So good to get down there, see Brad. He will look after you. Not our Brad, but the other Brad, Brad King. So get down there, but talk us through this week's.
Brad King will look after you, Chook. I'll look after everyone as well in this segment because I might have gone a little bit off script the last few weeks. So I think I've gone a bit too flashy lights, the winners of the Grand Prix and whatnot, but I've got back to basics this week, what the Feel Good Fill Up is all about. So as you know, Essendon, Chook, they've been exceeding everyone's expectations this year on and off the field. They're currently sitting third on the ladder and they just beat GWS by 20 points. They're flying in everyone's books, but that is not the important part. On the weekend, they had their annual Tackling Childhood Cancer game. So during the week, they've all gone to visit some kids battling with cancer during the week in hospital. Before the game, all the players, they ran out with kids. They all had a buddy to take them out. That was fantastic to watch. Matt Guilfey during the week as well at the hospital. He visited a little girl named Alexis and he agreed to have his nails painted Essendon colours and agreed to actually wear it during the game, which I don't reckon I've ever seen that during a game of footy. And if he was going to kick a goal, he was going to show him off as part of his celebration. So it absolutely made Alexis's day when he kicked 3 in the second half, a few junk time ones, and played it up, showed the camera all 3 times the painted nails. And Alexis, happy as Larry, she's on the FaceTime after the game, thanked him for everything, said thanks for doing that for me, and that was good to watch. It doesn't get much better than that in sport for me.
Footy's bigger than winning and losing, I should say, Brad. And that is the stuff. Seeing the clubs engage in that sort of stuff is what is fantastic. So, well done to the Bombers. Well done to Matt Guelphy as well. I'm actually heartbroken. I've just found out that GWS lost on the weekend. So that's also some good news there as well. So well done to the Bombers. We're going to have a quick break. Thank our sponsors again and come back and have a look at the Barossa footy. Yeah, well done, Brad. Very touching, great feel-good fill-up this week. The other feel-good fill-up we could have gone with, Brad, Mother's Day.
Yeah.
We always got to thank our mothers, so shout out to my mum, Kim, your mum, Jules.
Yeah. Do
a wonderful job bringing up us too, and look at what we've turned into, how good. So well done, credit to you, you've done a great job. Happy Mother's Day. Hope you had a good day. Did you get Jules a present?
Yes. Yep. Took her around to coffee.
God, tight ass. Jules, I'll pop in and get you something. I actually got my mother nothing, so you did better than me.
Well done.
But I will sort that out, Mum. Don't you stress. Let's have a look at the footy, Brad. Round 5. It was the Blue and White Cup in the first game. Angaston 12-9-81, defeated by South Gawler 17-12-114. Game we're looking forward to tell us where these two teams are at.
That's right, Matt. And I think we both tipped South. We knew it was going to be a close battle. Angaston, they are a quality side. South, we don't have to go on about them. They've been a quality outfit over the last few years. For Angaston, best there, Shepherd and Durden, 5 goals. 12 goals in the last 2 weeks, if you don't mind, and 18 for the year. So Durden's probably one to have on the whiteboard before the game for the opposition. And best for South, changed the record. Steve Burton, best on ground again, racked him up. And Fenwick, 4 goals. He's a little star as well. Steve Rusker played his first game for Angaston. I'd like to see that on the sheet. That was good. He'll be handy come the pointy end of the season. They've got plenty of experience now, Angaston.
It's a nice return. He's obviously a star player. He's highly touted in under 18s. He's been a great player in the competition for a long time, so it's good for him to be back and good to see. And talk about Burton, 3 best on grounds in a row. He's probably favourite for the Schluter medal again.
He'd be up there, and I might touch on another one who might be the favourite in one of the later games, but he's on the Crows top-up list as well. So I think we may see him feature at some point. Obviously, it's we know Crows have been battling with injuries at AFL level. That means, funnily enough, that may affect our league. So, yeah, we may see Steve get called up at some point, but he's putting his best foot forward.
It'll be interesting. I've seen they've played a few boys up. Ozzie McDonald played up on the weekend. So I'm interested as to why Steve can't get a game. But we'll have a look at that as the year goes on as well. We're rooting for you, Birdo. Williston 22 for 136, defeating Kapunda 8-10-58. 22-4, Brad. Not bad kicking. Not
bad kicking, and I think a couple of those points all came in the later part of the game as well, if my sources hold me correct. But again, probably another game. I think we both tipped Williston pretty comfortably. These are 2 teams that are on slight different trajectories this year. Williston are hoping to give this a good shake at the pointy end of the year. Kapunda, they just need to keep improving, Kapunda. They know they've been a little bit more competitive this year than what they have other years, but hopefully we start to see that with wins on the board for them. Best for Williston, Izzy McKenzie, and Lehman 9 again. He's filled up the bucket again, so 26 for the year across only a handful of games for Lehman. Best for Kapunda, Whistler, and Menzel 3 goals.
Yeah, it's good to see, and good to see Lehman with another big bag. So he's kicked 19 in 2 games. So he's definitely junked up against the teams that he needed to, but you've got to kick him, Brad, so you can't argue with that. Izzy McKenzie's a superstar. Thing I like from Kapunda, you touched on it, they're heading in the right direction. So they need to stick fat. They're on the right path. They've had 18 shots on goal to 26 shots on goal. So you've got to look at the positives in that as well. And you don't see teams kick that straight very often. So
you don't.
Especially when they've had 26 scoring shots. To be 22-4 is unbelievable.
So 26 to 18 scoring shots. When you look at it like that, it is competitive. Another one they have added to the list there, Jacob Lekowiak, Central Districts last year. Didn't have a club, hasn't been playing the first few rounds at any level. So he's rolled out to Kapunda, and he'll be a handy addition when he gets his...
Very handy addition. He's still Central's listed?
No, not at this stage.
No,
but
done.
Yeah.
That's a great get then.
Yes, so that's very good for them.
Rate Jacob extremely highly. Let's have a look at the next game. It's Barossa District 9-6-60, defeated by Newry 13-10-88.
Yes, this obviously a really close game, closest of the round. Barossa, they had a little bit to prove. Newry, they're good at just getting the job done when they need to. So Newry 9-7 to 2-3 at half time. Taylor 2 halves there. 4-3 to 7-3 Barossa's way in the second half, but it was all too late for Barossa. Their best, Brennan Dew, we know he's a star, and Griffiths back, 3 goals. I think he was watching the show last week. We might have given some medical advice on those ribs.
And pumped his tyres.
Yes, he's a superstar, and he's ran through some broken ribs and kicked 3 goals. So well done, Brady. Best for Newry, Gregurk, the man that loves the feet. He is a star. He's a podiatrist for those tuning in at home. More on the farm these days. James Bentley, 5 goals. But, Chook, I think that looked like a little bit of a different role for Carpenter. I was really excited to see him go forward. They tried playing both of them up forward early, Griffiths and Carpenter, but then they steadied the ship and threw Carpenter back, but it was all too late, like I said, for Barossa after half-time.
Yeah, and as soon as the team gets the jump on you, it's hard to wrestle back that momentum, but looks like Barossa did a good job in the second half, but the game was probably already dead and buried by then. Got a bit of feedback from my favourite Barossa District player, Rowan Nelson, as well.
Yes.
So about not writing them off, and you said to Rowan, I'm not writing you off. I just think, not sure that you're good enough to make the 4 this year, but they've got a good young list that are heading in the right direction. So one thing we know about Barossa over the years is if they don't make finals, they're usually not out of them for long.
Yep.
It's 1 year, maybe 2 max, and then they're back right up in that 1 or 2 again. So Rowan, apologise. I'm not writing you off. It just... maybe this year, not good enough.
Yeah, he's been playing some good footy himself, old Rowan, and he loves his Barossa, so he's just flying the flag for them, and I do love to see it. And we do welcome feedback, though, Matt.
We do.
We definitely get plenty in the team for the next game.
And Rowan, he has been pumping a lot of biceps and caught him flexing in the mirror as I walked in tonight. So.
Yep.
Well done, Rowan. Really like that from you. Last game, Brad, Tanunda 23-18, 156, defeated Gawler Central 9-10-64. We know the hurt locker that Gawler Centrals are in for this year, and it's only getting worse week by week.
They're in the hurt locker, Chook. They've got a bye this week, and I think they'll lick their wounds, hopefully get a few more of the injured blokes back and look to be a little bit more competitive after the break. Another one that probably went the way we thought. Best for Tanunda Lenky with 8 goals, if you don't mind. Best for Gawler Central, Brad Mitchell. So all the Mitchells were back. Brad Mitchell, best on ground for them, and Jenna and Riley Mitchell, both 3 goals. Another couple that were back, Joe Botten was back for Gawler Central, the captain. He's a star and just a spirit animal for them. So I'm sure a few would have walked taller when he was in the team. Dylan Bell, and like I said, all the other Mitchell brothers were in, but Gawler Central, they've got a little bit of work to do, but we've addressed that.
We have. It's going to be tough. I'm just trying to work out what the spirit animal is, or just spiritual leader, I think.
Yeah, one of those. Yeah. Everyone likes him. He's the bloke that you walk a bit taller when you got Joe Botten next to you.
Because he's a big man as well. But he excellent to see him back playing footy, because he's had a hard run with concussions and knees. So good to see him back. Shay Linky, you've told me he's a fly-in, fly-out player.
Yeah.
He's played every game.
Chook, I do as much research as I can before I come on these shows, and I said he and a few others might be in and out. I think he's got the boss wrapped around the little finger if he is a fly-in, fly-out player, because he hasn't missed a game for Tanunda, and he hasn't missed their best players either, and he's averaging 4 goals a game. At this rate, pending his work roster, I think he is the favourite for the Schluter medal.
Well, I think we need to find out if he's flying, fly-out.
Yeah, I need to double check that one, because he might be on a 3-day roster, in and out a couple of days, because he is absolutely flying, and he's a player that you do notice play. He's got the rangy legs, he kicks the goals, he hits the scoreboard, and he breaks lines. So I think
should still be playing league footy, Brad.
Yeah. So yes, work. Well, that was my mail. Was work. He might be in and out, but it is a work-related thing that he can't commit to league footy at the minute. But he's in the prime of his career. He's fit. He's running well, and he's racking them up. So you're dead right.
It's good to see. Looking forward to getting some intel on what's going on there. We'll get to our source at Thunder and find out a bit more. But 4 from 4 both in the tips this week, so that's a win for the good guys as well. And looking forward to what round 6 looks like. And I'm going to leave that to you because you're very excited about that. We're going to have a quick break. Thank our sponsors before we come back and have a look at round 6. As we say every week, thank you very much to our sponsors that help the show go ahead. Brad, you've been very excited about this, so I'm going to throw it to you to take control. I'm really bullish on the league this year, Chook. It's early. I stated how close the league was. It's been the closest it's ever been in the history of any league of football ever. We had 6 teams topped at top spot, and I don't reckon that's ever happened according to ChatGPT. This week we have a very close fixture, and good luck trying to tip this one because we have first playing 4th, 8th playing 7th, 2nd playing 3rd, and 6th playing 5th. So they're all playing their buddies alongside each other in the ladder. So good luck. I'll throw to you Newry and Tanunda, first game. We've got Newry 4-1 and Tanunda 3-1 flying as well. And it's a big grudge match. The towns that are touching each other. Geographically. Thank you, Brad. They're right next to each other. So it's usually a bloodbath. There'll be a bit of scuffle involved. I'm going to go with Newry. I think they're as good as South are going. I think Newry are the best team in the comp this year. Yes, Newry is yours. Yes, no, I like it, Chook, because I think I'm going to disagree on this one. There's going to be a bit of feeling in this, as you said, against these two. Newry on top, Tanunda 4th. I'm going to go Tanunda. I think Newry, they're trending nicely. They're doing what they have to at times. I think they might slip up on this one. Yeah, Guernsey hasn't threatened you? Yeah, he's out the back waiting for me at the minute. So I thought it was interesting you tipping Tanunda. Let's have a look at the next game. Kapunda taking on Barossa District. Another close game, Chook. We've got 8th versus 7th. Kapunda yet to hit the scoreboard with the win. So they're 0-4. Barossa 1-3, but not going as good as everyone would have had them this year. I'm going to go Barossa. I think they're just a class above Kapunda and they're just trying to find their feet. They got Griffiths back in, Carpenter, who knows where he'll play, but they got a bit of class there. Yeah, I'm going with you on there with my boy Rowan Nelson. Yep. He's going to pull his finger out and get in the best this week, and Barossa will get the job done over Kapunda. Yep, that's a fair tip, Chook.
Third game of the round, we've got South take on Williston. South currently sitting second on the ladder, 4 and zip, yet to slip up. Williston third on the ladder, 3 and 2. You talk about feeling in games, Chook. It doesn't get much bigger than this. Yeah,
and the 21 granny will still be vastly in the minds of those Donnybrook boys as well. South obviously had a bit since then, but I'm going to go with the Lions at home. Still think they're probably... It'll be a good match to see where Williston are at, but I've gone out and tipped Williston a couple of times and they've let me down. So I'm going to go with the Lions as a safe bet.
Yeah, I tend to agree with you on this one, Chook. I like it when we agree. It doesn't get too grumpy between us. But no, South, they're a classy side. They've got a few outs or a couple of people sort of potentially going overseas and whatnot. That makes it hard to show up on the weekend. But South, they're doing enough right to want to tip them this week.
Yeah, I agree with you. No flying fly-outs as well, so good to see. Freeling taking on Angaston. Brad, I'm really excited for this game, actually, to see where both sides are at because obviously Angaston, tough loss on the weekend, but rate them really highly. Yep. Freeling really pushing. Yeah,
Freeling have improved massively. They're probably one of the most improved this year. Angaston too. So Freeling 6th on the ladder at 2 and 2. Angaston 5th at 3 and 2. Massive for keeping your finals hopes alive this game. Not that if you lose this you're out, but it does become pretty tough with all those quality teams above you. I'm going Angaston with a little bit more quality than Freeling.
Yeah, I'm with you there. I love Angaston. I think they're going to finish in the 4 this year, so I'm going with the Panthers as well. So good to agree on that. Interesting to have a look at the Newry and Tanunda game as well and see who gets the chocolates this week, Brad. We're not going to have a break. We're done.
We're done.
We're going to have the week off. We're going to come back next week with a good feel-good fill-up. A big round 6, and you're excited about the results.
We could get all them wrong.
We could.
We could. That's the beauty of it all.
How good. That's how close the competition is in the history, as you said. Yeah. But, look, get out to the local footy on the weekend. As we said, there's going to be some big games, some really exciting footy. We'll certainly be lurking around. If not, we'll see you all next week on the show.